Every time I read an article about virtual presentation skills or mistakes, I roll my eyes. Yes, it's important not to talk too much, to get to the point, not to overload your slides. But guess what? Those are the same mistakes that sellers make with in-person presentations. What we don't talk about is those unique virtual mistakes that happen in an online world all the time, which cause your audience to tune out or not connect with you or not see you as competent and an expert in your area. For example, one of the tenets of presentations for so long has been match your audience's energy. Oh my, what a snooze fest that would be in a virtual presentation, where virtual audiences are typically very passive and hardly have enough energy to have their heart beat. So matching that energy, you're going to put your audience to sleep in no time. It's important to bring more energy. Sales is a transfer of energy, and we have to bring even more energy than we think to a virtual presentation than even an in-person presentation, because the camera takes away a big chunk of our energy and we're often seated, and so our energy gets even lower. The other thing that strikes me is that while we have to not rush into our slides too soon, whether we're in person or in virtual, it's a bigger problem virtually. Because here's the thing, even if you put your slides up and you're presenting in person, people have the benefit of seeing you anytime they'd like in full glory, as it were, and are able to connect with you very easily. However, once you go into slides in a virtual presentation and you are suddenly a very small square on your audience's screens, you lose a lot of that connection and a lot of your presence. So you want to really, in a virtual presentation, stay full camera as long as possible. And if you don't need to be in those slides, get out of them and go full camera throughout your presentation to reconnect with your audience. Those are just a couple of ways that virtual presentations vary from in-person presentations, and knowing the difference between what works virtually and what works in person can mean the difference in making a new connection and closing another deal.